Today, I'm interviewing Kristin Revere from the Gold Coast Doulas. The Gold Coast Doulas has been in business for 5 years as a certified B corporation, and they subcontract with 18 doulas and 2 certified lactation consultants. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your business then, Kristin?
So, Gold Coast Doulas is a full service doula agency. We work with families from the moment they conceive through the first year of a child's life, offering everything from educational classes to birth and postpartum doula support in home or in hospital. And we also offer lactation and sleep consultations.
And I understand you have a business partner too, is that right?
I do. So, Alyssa Claus is my partner.
Okay. You stated recently in our meeting that your business has certainly increased since the COVID epidemic has started. Why is that?
Yeah. So obviously, at the start of COVID, things had slowed way down. But more recently, things have picked up. And I think the main reasoning for that, especially in the birth doula end of things, is that there's so much uncertainty with COVID and families want support. They're feeling anxious about all of the changes that seem to happen on a weekly basis. So we're there as educational support, non-medical physical support, and we're able to give our clients resources in the community. So trusted referrals.
You also stated that you've adapted to the COVID epidemic by keeping your customers front and center. And how have you done that? What kind of changes have you made?
Yes, so we made a lot of calls and we also got feedback directly from our clients to make sure that we were keeping up with proper sanitation protocols and being open about our doulas' exposure level of their own families or comings and goings. And our clients are also open with us about their potential exposure. So the doula and the client are able to choose each other. There's a COVID disclosure form, and we updated our contract to, include COVID related wording. So we've been able to move to completely virtual for everything but in-person birth support and postpartum doula support. So our classes have been virtual since March on Zoom. And we, instead of meeting our potential clients in person for a consultation, we've been doing those virtually. And again, we're trying to keep our clients safe and our doulas safe. And our birth doulas offer a prenatal visit where we go over the birth wishes and plans and get to be there as a resource for the couple closer to their due date. And we've been doing that virtually as well as the meeting after baby is born. So we've been able to adapt and get some new software upgrades, scheduling wise. So that's been very helpful because we're used to doing everything in person.
Yep. And also, along with that, you've had to adapt to the hospitals too and their requirements. Is that right?
Yes. So we've been very fortunate in that we've worked in most hospitals all through COVID, and we have not been counted as a visitor. So even when visitor restrictions had changed, we go through a health screen, we show our proof of certification, and we're able to support. Now, there were some hospitals that we served that were not allowing us for about a 2-month period. So we offered virtual support to our clients in those particular hospitals. But the majority of the hospitals we serve have considered us to be a partner in, their patients' care.
Good. And I know that peace of mind for your patients and clients is very important. And how have you been able to increase or adapt to that?
Yes. So since we are not able to do a lot of the in-person community events that we had done in the past, we have been going to virtual meetings with pregnant, women and speaking to them about birthing during COVID. So we've done that with Fit for Mom Grand Rapids. We've popped on with a local chiropractic agency and have talked to their patients about how to best adapt to the changing times and reduce any fear surrounding this. So we keep up with the latest evidence based information, and we've been trying to share a lot of the messaging through our podcast and our blog. So we've been blogging and doing podcasts more than ever to have free information out there for the community.
That sounds wonderful. And just to be sure, I will be listing those links to those blogs and podcasts. And so, lastly, have there been any other conditions or things that have changed recently that you've had to adapt to? Or have you gotten used to the situation as it is now?
Yeah, I mean, we've certainly gotten used to the changes as of today, but we are looking at the COVID numbers. And, if there is another surge, then we are preparing our clients for any changes that may happen with doula support in the hospitals or any restrictions we may have in their homes. But it has been nice to know that they have a trusted resource in our postpartum day and overnight doulas, because a lot of our families aren't able to rely on their parents and other caregivers because they may be immune compromised. They may not be able to travel now during COVID. So we're thankful that we're able to help them in their homes. And of course, we wear masks and
Yep.
properly sanitize.
So, in that first year of postpartum, you're able to provide more support than you have in before the COVID. Is that right?
Yes, because it's challenging to involve family during this time.
Yep. Are there any last comments or illustrations you'd like to share with us before we close this up, Kristin?
Appreciate the opportunity. And yes, you can certainly find more about our agency at goldcoastdoulas.com. And our podcast is called Ask the Doulas with Gold Coast Doulas, and we can be found on iTunes as well as SoundCloud.
That sounds wonderful. I'll be sure and list all of that with this episode. And I thank you for your time and have a good day.